Okay, so we need to fix the detail page. Right now, the detail page is looking like this. And we want it to be filled with our actual data, number one. Number two, I added this ability to talk about about the number of sessions, but I don't have support in the database to cover it. So let us um, let's add a session object first. We probably don't want to call it session instance. I'm pretty sure session is reserved word, but how about course session? Program session. Okay. At entity, at ID, at generated value. And you might wonder, why did I just do that? Once I add enough stuff, it'll do it automatically anyway, and this means I don't need to go through and worry about my imports for things as I go. So we need an ID. A program session, of course, needs a link to the program ID. It also should have a location. And it should have a date. Right now I'll set them as strings. Later on I'll change them into date types. So string start date. Nah, it's not worth it to do over. Let me go ahead and put them in the right way now. And then actually it doesn't need to be long. We're going to add the capacity as well. I don't know that we're actually going to show people as they get added, but there's a number of reasons why I might want capacity. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to generate our getters and setters. Blam. And we're going to generate our constructor first, an empty one, then a fully loaded one. Blam. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's done. And I'm going to need a repository for this. And so it'll be program session repository. And this extends CRUD repository for program session, and the key is of type long. Okay, so that's done. All right. Now I need to add some information to my data loader to cover this. So for instance, once I have the America's Promise Java Bootcamp program, I'm going to go ahead and add a program session sesh equals new program session, and the ID would be the program ID of the one I just added. So prog dot get ID, comma, location Tacoma Park, date, date. Yeah. I'm gonna need to create a date. Okay, so let us bring in the simple date formatter, SDF, equal new simple date format. And the date format that I'm going to use is what we're used to, which would be month dash day dash year. Okay, awesome. And then date my date, or ses date, is equal to sdf dot parse 12/9/2019. I'm missing a 0 here. All right, and this is ses date, ses start date. Paste ses end date. 12/14/2019. And capacity, this class can seat 18 people. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing for tech hire. So I'm just going to copy this, paste it down here. I don't need to declare that again. I don't need to declare this, and I don't need to declare this because the variables already exist. We're going to make this start at a different date, 1/9/2020. Actually, arguably I need multiple sessions in one program. So let me not do this here. Let me actually do it here. And then I can just reuse the dates. So for those same dates, there's also one in Gaithersburg. All right. So I'm going to need to AutoWire a new repository at AutoWired. Program session repository. And so here we're going to say program session repository dot save ses, and then when I have this new value, I'm going to do it again. That'll give me multiple sessions, upcoming sessions for this one, and then I'm going to have to figure out how to handle a program where they list the program but they don't list any upcoming sessions. It sounds good. I'm just trying to rationalize being lazy. Whatever. Any rate, I do need to show more than one, and I also need to show not having one, so it works out. All right, so I have my data. I have the way to handle it. I have data in my data loader. Now let's go take a look at my controller. So the program controller, I should probably move my program ID stuff into the program controller. So I'm going to cut this from here, go to my program controller, and add this here. And it doesn't need to be program ID because we already have program. All it needs to be is ID. And so we are going to grab a value such as a path variable. I'm betting. What else are we going to need for this page? Let's take a look at it again. So we're going to need our program object. We're going to need data from our organization, and we're going to need information about our sessions. And I can't see that there's anything else that we're going to need. I would ask if you could see something else, but I can't hear you, so it doesn't matter if you can. So I guess we just jump to the next stage. All right, then let us go back to our code. And 1 second. What was I thinking? All right. So I have a program repository here. I'm also going to need my organization repository. And my program session repository. All right, so I have all of those. So I'm going to grab my ID. So that's going to be at path variable ID. Not all my home keys. Long ID. Model. All right. So first, I'm going to grab this program. So program. No, I'm going to actually have to grab it into a variable. Program of prog of type program is going to be grabbed from the p repository dot find by ID, right? Right. Dot get. All right, so prog will then include the data about my program, and from that I will be able to get the data about my organization. So org will be equal to o repository dot find by ID sub prog dot get organization ID dot get. And then my sessions, so I will have I can leave that out. All right, so model dot add attribute. My program is prog. Model dot add attribute. My organization is org. Model dot add attribute. My sessions are sesh repository dot find all by ID. I don't want to find all by ID. I want to find all by program ID. So I'm going to need to add something into my repository. So program session repository, and this is going to return What is this going to return? It's going to return a list of program sessions, find all by program ID, long program ID. All right, so we have that there. So this would be find all by program ID. Query by name. If we haven't gone into query by name with you guys, we need to. I'll make a class about that as soon as I get a chance. So find all by program ID, program dot get ID. I don't actually need to do that. I can just say find all by program ID ID. Right. And then I'm going to pass all of that. So this gets me the data about my program. This, because of this search here, will allow me to get the organization that that program belongs to, and this will get me a list of all the sessions that, or at least it should, all of the sessions that are linked to that program. Now that's assuming that in my data loader I did this properly to get my IDs and add them to the session, but we'll find that on the other side. All right, so we have all of this information. Let me go to my program detail template and do something a little down and dirty. So right here, I am going to say div th text equals $ program organization sessions. I just want to see what's getting passed to the page, or if anything's being passed to the page, before I go through the effort of trying to put it all in the right place. That's the values that I'm passing. Program controller, program organization and sessions, program organization and sessions. Let's go ahead and run it and see what we got. All right, so this is here. Localhost refused to connect. Did we have an error? Finish with exit code. Oh, unparsable date. All right, what is wrong with this? How is that an unparsable date? Hold on. Oh, stupid error. You probably saw it. I use slashes instead of dashes. So I need to go in and change this. Yeah. Hit the insert key. All right, save, reload. No such element. No value present. Program controller, Java, line 39. I don't know why it would automatically have loaded this. All right, so that comes up. Um, we still have an error. P repository, it says that it has no data, but according to my data loader, it should. In fact, my home controller, it should. So we found all. The one thing we didn't show was the IDs. Oh, and I'm hardwiring one. I don't know what the IDs are. So let's take a look at my home page. I'm stuffing data in the database, but I don't know what IDs that it's giving it. And because I hardwired this link, I don't know what it's actually connecting to. So let's throw down here another line where it has a paragraph tag, and we're saying th text $ curly bracket program.id. Okay, and see what's going on. Let's rerun this. Yep, this is 2 and this is 5. Brah! All right, so we're going to need to wire it up with the actual link, which isn't a huge difficulty. But this is the kind of thing that you might fight with for an hour while you're trying to figure out what the heck you did wrong. But it's actually a pretty simple fix. So I need to take this back out. Well, actually, let me copy this while I'm here. So I need to take this back out. And here, instead of href, it would be th:/href equals at curly bracket, close curly bracket, slash program slash curly bracket ID. Right. And then ID equals program ID $ curly bracket. I should stop. I'm a little tired. And that matches that, and that one matches that one, and that should be it. And then we can leave the href there. The href will only print if we're not processing by time leaf. Otherwise, this will just override it. The description, blah blah blah, this and that and the other. All right, cool. Save, refresh. All right. And so you can see if you look down at the bottom of the screen, localhost 8080 program/2, and if I click on it, it got data for each of them. This one is a list of 2 items. This is 1 item. This is 1 item. Okay, I'm golden. All right. So what it did is, because I asked it for program instead of saying program dot whatever, what it gave me is a pointer to the data. But if it didn't have anything, it would have shown me null or an error. So the fact that I have data for both of these things, and this, as you can see by the opening square bracket and the closing square bracket, is a list of 2 items. My sessions, it's giving me multiple things back as well. So just for giggles, if I go to this one, right, my session list is empty because we didn't add any sessions to the tech hire class, and these 2 items are still there. So we might be able to bring this in under the 30-minute mark. So let's go ahead and close all, and then open up program detail again, now that we can be nice and neat. And for this title, we would have, I'll use th block, th text equals $, curly bracket, program.name. Alright, so that will replace that. And what else are we doing here? Let's take a look at where we are. So this is the card title, which I think is what I was changing, and this right here are the paragraph tags inside the card body. One that says text justify, one that doesn't, and then those are the lists, but we're not replacing that right now, and then the session information. Okay, cool. So we're going to come back here and say okay, so for this paragraph tag we're going to get rid of this, and for this paragraph tag we're going to say th:\text equals $, curly bracket, program.description. Okay. Okay, and we have that detailed data down below, but we haven't built out our database, so we're not our data fields yet, so we don't really know what we're going to be doing there. And here we are going to have, all right, so we're going to have a list item, and we're going to have, I believe, an each, yeah, an each, th each equal to sesh $, curly bracket, sessions. At least I think I called it sessions. Sessions. Yes. So each list item, wait, yes, each list item is going to be that. So there'll be a list item for each one of these. And inside of here will be, I really love the th block. It's something that only means something to Timeleaf, and it just, the block itself goes away once it is replaced with the code. So there's all kinds of weird things I would have to do before I started using th block, but it's so much easier now. So I'm going to say the date. So ses dot sdate. And yeah, I could use an inline, but get comfortable using th block. I probably will end up using inline, but right now I just want to get this down and dirty. And I want ses location, ses start date to ses end date slash ses location. And at some point I'm going to have to add some logic so that if there's multiple locations on the same date that it handles it, but for right now that doesn't really matter. Okay, what is this about quick example text? Oh, and this is the organization information. So let's come back here. Then over here, we're going to say, instead of source, we're going to have th:\source, which is equal to $, curly bracket, organization dot image. This th text equals $, curly bracket, organization dot name. Equals $, organization dot URL. And actually that should be here. So th href equals at curly bracket yeah, so let's take this out. Perhaps I should have a description of the organization and I can add that in, but for right now let's just go with this. So let's get these guys out of here. Save, run. 2 minutes over. Didn't keep it within the 30. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's come back here. Oh, whoa. Refresh. Tech Hire, A+ boot camp. It's a boot camp. No sessions. Part of Montgomery College. And oh, I didn't put the link in. I didn't put anything in the link, or did I? Button outline success. My button is not working. Where did my button go? Let's see what errors I had. The about one image didn't load, but I can fix that easily. That's the image that goes in this. It's a profile image. Let's go back to the home page. Pull this. I have my dates. I need to clean that up. But the long and short of it is, I did what I came here to do. I don't like the fact that that button's not working. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to take you over a little bit, but I need to fix that just for my own sanity. Okay. Program detail. Go somewhere. This button right here. Why is this here? Oh, well, that's a good question. Did it actually render on the page? Okay, it rendered on this page, but it didn't render on the other page. What? Oh, no, no, no. Okay. So this page, it's not actually here. So if we view page source, wow, the page just ends. That's interesting. So I created an error that just ended the page, and I think it was how I handled that link. All right. Oh, and I have an error here, which I should actually pay attention to. Property or field URL cannot be found on object of type organization. Really? That's interesting. Organization. Oh, I don't know that I called it a URL. I probably called it website. Website. Ah. Okay. Okay, so we go to detail, call this website, save it, rerun it. And right now, it's actually trying to send me to localhost 8080 program slash www.montgomerycollege.edu. And the reason for that is in my data loader, I am betting I added www, but I didn't put HTTP in front of the address for the organization. Montgomery College. Yes, I didn't put the HTTP. http:// save it, rerun it. We're at 36 minutes. But once we get this done, we have the detail more or less working. We can futz with it, but we've taken care of the major problems. And if I click here, it'll actually take me to Montgomery College. Awesome. So we now have a programs page, and if we click on the program, we can get details about the program. We even have an add a program page, which will allow us to upload an image. The next thing we need to do is we need to fix all of this stuff that's going on at the top of the screen. So we're going to do two things. We're going to fix the menus, and we're going to add our activity feed. Now, the activity feed, what we're going to do is every time somebody clicks on a link, every time somebody clicks on your program, it's going to record the fact that someone has clicked on your program, so that the program director can get an idea of how popular their program is. But in order to do that, we're going to need an activity feed, and so we're going to have to build that out. But all of that will be in the next lesson.